When I went to see my baby, she was on the ground. There was nothing in her eyes as I sat beside her. There was nothing in her eyes, nothing that could hide her. Singing in her sleep and she was singing sadly. She was singing in her sleep and she was looking at me. There was something in her voice, something I was sensing. There was something in her voice, something that was missing. She had sealed herself inside a body she could sleep in. She had sealed herself inside and nobody could see in. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a home, 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 home.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Randy, singer for the Residents. This is Chuck over here on keyboards. Bob on guitar. Now, I'm sure that all of our longtime fans out there remember that there were always 4 of us. Well, I'm sorry to say that Carlos has retired. After almost 40 years, Carlos decided that the rock and roll lifestyle was just not for him. So Carlos is back in Mexico now taking care of his mom. And we miss him. He's our buddy. And we miss him. But we don't miss those really long drum solos. Okay, all right, so we wanted to invite all of you people into our little living room here so that we could play a few songs for you and tell you a few stories. Now, some of these stories are kind of spooky. So get ready. Here's the first one. It's called The Talking Light.
Uh-oh. Catch it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Once, when I was a lonely teenager. Once, when I was a lonely teenager. Once, when I was a lonely teenager.
Once, when I was a lonely teenager. Once, when I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a lonely teenager, I was out walking by myself and wandered into an unfamiliar area. The land was badly eroded, and as I looked up a small ravine, I saw a little cottage that appeared to be deserted. I noticed a weathered piece of paper stuck to the door and became curious as to what it said. In large, shaking letters were the following words: "If you find my baby inside, please bury him." Startled, I took the note off the door and continued to read.
Lost in a light. Lost in a light. Lost in a lack of touching forever.
I cannot stay here no more. Something has my baby in that house, and I can't get him back. There is some kind of light surrounding him, and every time I try to reach my hand into the light and grab my baby, it burns me. But it don't seem to be hurting him none. And there is a voice. A voice is coming out of the light, and it says, "Find the ring! Find the ring! Oh! Oh! I've looked all over that house. I've torn up the floorboards, and I've ripped down the wallpaper, but I can't find the ring anywhere. And now I am so tired. So tired. I don't know what to do except go and look for help, but I might not be able to make it back to my poor baby. Oh, dear God, somehow I think we are wound up in hell. And I get the feeling it must be my baby's fault. But I don't know what he's done to deserve this.
Except for a small area around the baby bassinet in the center of the room, the interior of the shack was total chaos. After working my way through the jumble of broken furniture, loose floorboards, and other rubble, I finally reached the side of the oddly spotless, pristine bassinet, covered by a clean white blanket. Filled with apprehension, I removed the cover, revealing the perfectly formed skeleton of a baby, clutching a wedding ring in its right hand. After scratching a shallow hole in the dry dirt of the ravine, I was about to dump the pitiful basket of bones into it when I noticed some words engraved on the ring. Deeply disturbed but compelled to continue, I brought the ring closer to my eyes and made out the words, "A mother's love erases rages. A mother's rage erases." But the rest was scratched out. Overwhelmed by feelings of fear, disgust, and confusion, I threw the ring and the baby skeleton into the hole. I quickly covered them with dirt and ran home. No one has ever believed my story. I've tried to convince myself that it must have been a dream, induced by the instability of adolescence. I take comfort from that thought. 6 more miles long, and he said, 6 more miles to the graveyard. I'll leave the best friend I ever had. I don't know about you, but I believe in ghosts. They've always been there. Always, my whole life. Under the beds, in the backs of the closets. There was this guy named Red. He was a construction worker guy. And we worked together on a 12-story building one time. And all of a sudden, one day, beep, plump, Red fell off the building. And I found his body, all rearranged in a weird kind of a way. And from that time on, whenever I would go somewhere really high, like the edge of the Grand Canyon or the top of the Eiffel Tower, Red would suddenly appear. And he would talk to me in this really sweet, soothing voice and try to get me to jump. And then there was another time when this huge, big, giant, glowing ball landed on top of my head when I was stuck in quicksand in Crossett, Arkansas. And inside of that big, giant ball were snakes and bugs and worms and the cut-off head of a train conductor. It was really weird in there. But the worst of all are the mirror people. The mirror people. I'll tell you more about them later. Executing those who had abandoned the truth. Then 4 faces appeared around the sides of a sphere, spinning over a throne made of amber and bone. The ball was covered with eyes. Started to rise. God commanded the clerk to take me back to the dirt. shouting as the donut food sprouted. Little bitty dust balls made of fire. And then eventually you sit down on the lines and find the end at the screams and undulating cries. But soon the cripples would be walking and the dummies would be talking. But no one knew exactly how or why.
Perhaps you have heard of the medical anomaly known as phantom feelings. This curious phenomenon occasionally occurs when an amputee professes to have feelings or sensations in the area of their missing limb, sometimes even years after the arm or leg has been removed. Since I was a surgeon, before losing my right hand, I was long aware of these cases. While I can no longer perform surgery, my medical practice curiously continues to thrive. While the symptoms of a phantom limb are not uncommon, my own condition, perhaps due to medical training, has manifested these sensations on a much higher plane. skill lies in my ability to diagnose internal abnormalities within a patient's abdominal cavity strictly through the use of my missing hand. As unbelievable as it sounds, I am somehow able to insert my absent hand into a patient's abdomen, and by examining their internal organs, correctly determine their condition. In practice, I'm referred to as a consultant, making a diagnosis by examining the exterior of a patient's abdomen with my remaining, apparently functioning hand. Meanwhile, unknown to them, my phantom fingers are surreptitiously doing the real work. I am proud to say every diagnosis has eventually been supported by physical examination during surgery. If needed.
Don't need nobody. I don't need nobody. When nobody needs me.
I make these assertions as an affirmation of my credibility, since the following statements will surely cause you to doubt my sanity. In fairness, I can only doubt it myself, but please hear me out. These are the facts. I have a colleague and a friend named Bug Borman. Bud's wife is Queenie. I have a golden retriever named Cleo. While these desperate comments are seemingly unrelated, the following events will still soon demonstrate their connection. weeks ago. Bud, Queenie, and I were relaxing around their pool. Bud was napping on his chaise lounge, while Queenie and I paddled around on inflatable chairs. After deciding to come in for a drink, the two of us headed towards the side of the pool, with me directly behind her. Queenie stepped onto the ladder, slipped, and then fell back into my arms. While I have the utmost respect for my friend's privacy and personal space, unfortunately, the process of trying to stabilize the flailing Queenie, my phantom figures entered her abdomen. The resulting shock was both immediate and twofold. First, she reacted with a curious and convulsive jerking motion, and secondly, I realized Queenie was not human.
Ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. And nobody is about
I'm not exactly sure what kind of creature she is, and I'm not sure I want to know. But I do know this. With minor differences, the formation of Queenie's internal organs are identical to that of Cleo, my golden retriever. Not only that, their hair and eye coloring is also identical. And while I hesitate to mention it, when Bud was out of the room last night, Queenie licked my hand.
Nobody thoughts of all those fingers dealing seeds and leaving them to mold among the women watching reeds.
Little Ted was dead. I read in a letter today. The same for Monica's monkey, she said. Quietly it passed away. His eyes were black and his beak was brown. Mr. Cuckoo has fallen asleep, and soon his home will be underground. Mr. Cuckoo has fallen asleep. to my window today. The wind was cold and the world was old when I went to my window today.
Once I went to bar stove and I went to bed. First my friend was with me, then my friend was dead. All his clothes were burned up and his thighs were red. After all we've been through, what more can be said?
I always knew they were there. I always knew they were there. But it was never really a problem until one day not too long ago, I was in my bathroom and the whole room was all steamy and the mirror was covered with fog and all of a sudden, I heard this voice. It said, "Hi, Randy. I want you." I said, "Pardon me?" And I looked around, but nobody was there. But I knew who it was. I knew who it was. Slowly, I walked up and I wiped away the mirror. And there he was, staring at me.
Next time you're stuck with the nastiest job in the house, make it vanish.
Unseen sister objects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister expects nothing from life. And so she's from sight.
When I was very young, I had a twin sister that no one could see but me. We lived in a farm without any neighbors, so she was my constant companion. For some reason, she liked to play tricks on my mother. These tricks were often mean, and even though I didn't, I usually got the blame, I was unable to stop myself from helping her.
Sister objects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister protects.
Once we were playing under the kitchen table where my mother was sitting shelling peas. I grabbed her leg and said I wanted to play horsey as my sister placed a loop of clothesline around her ankle. Mother said no, and then she got up from the table, walked 2 steps, and tripped as she reached the end of the rope. As my mother fell, she knocked a boiling pot off the stove. It fell on her head. Even though it was July, she was cooking pasta in the shape of little green Christmas trees because it was my favorite. Mother's face was no more than 6 inches from mine as she screamed, jerked away the pot, and revealed her red bubbling face covered with little green Christmas trees.
The unseen sister, the unseen sister, the unseen sister. Mother was dead when I woke up. Several years later, my father said that she had become tangled in the cord of a toaster and electrocuted herself as she stumbled around the room, screaming in pain. I had a goldfish that died one time, too. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister expected nothing from life, and so she has from side.
The mirror people. They have their rules, you know. They have their rules. And one of their rules is that if you look straight at them, they never say a word. And if somebody else is in the room, they never say a word. But they're there. They're there. They want you. They want to become you. My wife. My wife, Bonnie, she's one. My wife is one. That's why I sleep in the garage now. The mirror people! The mirror people! Okay, all right, okay. I know this mirror people stuff, it sounds pretty weird. You probably think I'm crazy. Okay, all right. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Wait. Right here. Wait. It's a mirror. Okay. Now, this is gonna be kind of dangerous. So, get ready. Get ready. Mirror in the front, mirror in the back. It's all coming down right now. I'm Randy, singer for the residents. This is Chuck on keyboards. Bob on guitar. Fuck Carlos. Guy was an asshole. Okay, all right, so now we have a few more songs for you. This first one is about a dear, sweet little old lady.
plants. My plants. If I do it, who will water my plants? Maybe Martha. She sent a card on Mother's Day. And she has a philodendron and 3 ferns. They look terrible, though. Just like her house. She never dusts her leaves. What about Berta? She's been married 3 times. How could she possibly take care of orchids? And if I do it, how long would it be before they noticed? Weeks, months, and all that time, my poor orchids being eaten by those aphids. I know why they hold it against me. It was a long time ago, and he was old. He could barely hop around anymore. Poor thing. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to. Angel, answer my prayer. Tell me if anyone else cares.
Like a face in a flashlight would keep you by fire. Like dice rolling snake eyes and headlights at night. Like a corpse in the sunshine or eyes in a fight.
There's a spot. There's a spot on my glove. No. No. Maybe it was make 'em running. Make 'em running, honey. Doilies. Doilies. Where are the doilies gone? Roses will wither on down. All will lace in the line. Nothing is nicer than death at matching the bad and the best. He hated me. He hated me. And hate is hot. And hate is white. I'll not even have to stain for him. Not even a stain. I remember he looked up to me. Lacking all respect for him. I'm lacking out respect. These are the thoughts that linger in me. Leaving only right, calm, peaceful right, silently gliding through the snow, looking down at the bleached bones of a mortal night. Will only to save his lady. His luscious lady. She wanted to bring her man milk in the moonlight. But it was too late. It was too late. It was too late. He said,
words came slowly and mournfully from the bleeding lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of the day. Darkness hovered above his head as the shadows of death grew thick like lead. He thought of his home and his family that night as the cowboys gathered to watch him die. On the long prairie, where the wild coyotes howl over me in a narrow grave, just 6 by 3. Oh, bury me not on the long prairie. stop there. But we took no heed of his dying prayer. In a narrow grave, just 6 by 3, we buried him there on the